So welcome to this channel. My name is Facilitator Justin. Today we are going to talk about mathematics, about measurement and area. Okay. So we're going to talk about the area of a triangle. So that's the first thing we're going to talk. Area of a triangle. After that, we're going to talk about area of a trapezium. And also area of a parallelogram. And lastly, area of a rhombus. So having read that, I want you to take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Also, like this video and share to other people. So let us talk about area of a triangle. So I'm going to start by area. So as you all know, a triangle is a three-sided figure. So you can draw a triangle. So that is a sample of a triangle. So let me name here A, B, and C. After knowing that, I want to give you a formula for finding out area of a triangle. So area of a triangle is normally given by half, then you multiply by base times height. But now you need to know what is the base, what is the height. So here, from the point A to B, this is the base. Then from C to B, this is the slant height. We are not going to use the slant height as height. So this is the slant height. What we are going to use is the perpendicular height. Perpendicular height cuts from C all the way to B. So this is the height we are going to use in this formula. Also, the line on the side CA is also a slant height. So also this is the slant height. And on this formula, we are not going to use the slant height. We are going to use the perpendicular height H. Okay? So we're going to do an example of how to find an area a triangle using this formula, knowing where is the base and also where is the perpendicular height. So I have this example here. We're going to find the area of this triangle. So from the formula that we mentioned, area is equal to half times base times height. So now we need to know our base, also our height. So the base is 10 and our height is 8. We are not going to use 12 because 12 is the slanting height. So on this formula, we're going to substitute the values of the base and also the height. So for you to get area, you need to take half, you multiply with the base, which is 10, then times the height. So the height is 8. So there are some of the numbers that can cancel. You can cancel half by 2, 1 and by 2, 4. Now you're going to multiply 10 times 4. And when you get the answer, that will be the area. So the area is going to be 10 times 4 is 40. Then don't forget to write the units, which is centimeters squared. You can be given another question or an example. So we're going to find the height of the triangle below. Given the area is 40 and the base is 10. So let us have a triangle here. So I'm drawing the triangle. So we have the area of a triangle. The area is equal to 40 centimeters squared. Then you have the base given as 10 centimeters. And we want to find the height. So the slant height is there. Not the slant height, the perpendicular height. That is what we are going to find. So using the same formula for finding area of a triangle. So area of a triangle is given by half multiplied by base multiplied by height. So in this case, you have been given the area, also been given the base. I want to find the height. So given this formula, you can also interchange this formula. You can say also this formula can be half times base times height is the same as A. Now having known this, take the values that you have been given. So half remain as half. So half times we have been given the base as 10, multiply 10. Then we don't have the height, just use h is equals to the area, which is 40. Now, work out on this other side, then we equate it to 40. So you can cancel, by 2 you can cancel by 2, 1, by 2, 5. Now you can multiply 1 times 5, which is 5. So you have 5 times h, the same as 40. Now, what is 5 times h, which is 5h, is equals to 40. Now I want to remain with height, and I have 5h is equals to 40. For me to remain with h, I need to divide by 5. So divide by 5, divide by 5. So that 5 will cancel with 5 on this other side. So because of 5, 1, because of 5, 1, we remain with h. H is the same as dividing 40 divided by 5, which is 8. And our units for this question was centimeters. Now we're going to write 8 centimeters. So also you can derive a formula for you to get the height, where when you substitute these formulas, you can get a formula where for you to get height, you take area times 2, then you divide by base. Okay, so let us prove if you can get the height. So take the area we are given as 40, so 40 times 2 over b, the base is 10. So when you multiply 40 times 2 divided by 10 will be the height. So 40 times 2 is 80, so 80 divided by 10 for you to get the height. You can cancel 0 and 0, or 80 divided by 10, which you get height as 8 centimeters. So depending on the formula that you can work out easily, you can use either this formula or the formula for area. All of them you can go back to the answer. Also, some questions we ask you to find the base, given that you have the area and also the height. So for this case, you can be given the height and the area to look for base. Okay. So if you want to find it, you have another formula where you can get it. So when you want to work out the base, so you take base is equals to area, you multiply by 2, then you divide by height. You just substitute the formula for when working out the height. So take base is equals to area, multiply by 2, divide by height. So for another case, you can find that you have been given the slanting height and the base don't have a perpendicular height. Remember, on this example, so we want to work out example 3, finding the area of a figure below. The figure below is a triangle. So this triangle will be given the base, that is okay. But this triangle given is not the height. This is the slanting height. So you need to get the perpendicular height for you to work out the area of a triangle. So when you see these marks here, this means this triangle is an isosceles triangle, meaning if this side is 10, also this side will be 10. Now for you to get the perpendicular height, we need to do a recap on how to find the height using the Pythagoras theorem. You remember Pythagoras theorem is c squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. But this formula only applies for right angle triangle. So when you bisect our triangles to find the perpendicular height, it forms a right angle triangle, two right angle triangles. So you can use one of the right angle triangle to find the height. So if I can sketch one of the right angle triangle here. So this comes from this diagram here. So the slanting height was 10 centimeters. So this was 12, the base was 12, now divided by 2 means here you have 6 centimeters. Now we want to work out the height, that's form a right angle triangle. Don't forget that this Pythagoras theorem only applies for right angle triangle. Now, for you to work out using this formula, you need to know C is which side. So C usually represents the hypotenuse. So for here, the C will be 10, so this will be side of C. For A is either base or height, so you can use the base as A. Then the b will be height, so this will be b. When substituting to this formula, which is c squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. Now, this formula from Pythagoras theorem, where c squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. The c squared is the hypotenuse, which is 10, so you take 10 squared is equals to a is the base, so you take the value for base is 6, so you take 6 squared plus b is the height, so you don't have the value for height, you just take h squared. After that, you're going to work out what is 10 squared, which is 100. Then that 6 squared is 36, then plus height squared. Now, we want to remain with height squared. We are going to collect the like terms. So you take 36 to the other side. So when 36 crosses the equal sign will be 100 to subtract. Because the sign for 36 is positive, we are going to subtract 36 is equals to height squared. Don't forget to write height squared. Then when you subtract 100 minus 36, you get 64. So 64 is the same as height squared. Now I have height squared, I don't have height. For me to get height squared, I do the square root of both sides. So I'm going to do the square root of 64, the square root of height. So the square root of height squared is just h. So h will be the square root of 64, which is 8 centimeters. Now, from the equation, I have my height as 8 centimeters, 8 centimeters. That now is the perpendicular height. So for me to find the area of this figure, I'm now going to go back to use the formula for area. So let me divide here. So the formula for area of a triangle is equals to, you take half, multiply by base, multiply by height. Okay? Now we have the height as 8. So take half, multiply by the base. The base is 12 times 8. So now, this case we are not going to use 6. 6 we are only going to use for us to get the height when you divide the triangle from right angle, two right angles. But now going to find the area, we are going to use the total base, which is 12. So we multiply 12 times 6. There are numbers that you cancel. You can cancel 2, 1, and 2, 6. Now for you to get area is equals to 6 times 8. So this is like 6 centimeters. Let me just write 6 centimeters multiplied by 8 centimeters. So for you to get the area, now you multiply 6 times 8, which is 48. Now the units will be centimeters squared. So centimeters squared, the units originate from the point where you multiply 6 centimeters and 8 centimeters. So centimeters is centimeters squared. So if you have any question about area of a triangle, you can comment on the video. And if you have anything that you want us to talk about on areas of a triangle, you can also comment. But also, if you find this video as important, consider subscribing, like, and also share so that other people can get the information. Thank you.